What the business, YouTube, episode 37. My name's Jay Florida, and today's career of discussion is a fisherman. So what is a fisherman? A fisherman is a person who catches fish or other marine life, either for commercial profit or as a recreational activity. They use various methods, including nets, traps, and lines, typically operating from boats for deep sea or coastal fishing. Now, to give you a piece of history, fishermen have been active and essential for survival since the Stone Age, with some evidence suggesting even earlier rudimentary fishing by ancestors like Homo erectus up to 500,000 years ago. The earliest known fish hooks were created by Paleolithic humans approximately 23,000 years ago, discovered in the Sakatari Cave on Okinawa Island, Japan, and crafted from seashells. A few basic requirements to becoming a fisherman include obtaining a fishing license, vocational or on-the-job training, researching regional regulations, and networking on local docks, processing ships, or with captains. Now, all of this can take you anywhere from 6 months to 5 years or more, and cost you $500 for basic gear and licensing. Though if your goal is to purchase a commercial fishing vessel, it could cost you anywhere from $50,000 to $1 million or more. Moving on, as far as your range, as an entry-level fisherman, you can expect to make $30,000 to $50,000, with a few things affecting how much you take home being the quantity of your fish, the quality of your fish, crew split structures, and deductions such as fuel, bait, and ice. A day in life as a fisherman can be described as physically demanding, moving heavy hauls of fish, cold, wet, and dangerous conditions, and long absences from home. As far as opportunity, anybody can become a fisherman if they decide to do so without any barriers being in the way. And for that reason, the fisherman does score green for opportunity. A few examples to take note of in this field include Jeremy Wade, who is famed for the River Monsters TV series, which ran 9 seasons from 2009 to 2017, and he is considered one of the most famous TV anglers. Next, we have Kevin Van Dam, a professional bass fisherman from Otsego, Michigan, and the highest earner in professional bass fishing. And last but not least, we have Scott Martin, a popular online creator who shares fishing videos and has over 100 million views on YouTube. Moving on to our fact moment segment of this episode, starting off with fact number 1. The most expensive fish ever sold is a tuna, or a Pacific bluefin tuna, which fetched a record $3.2 million for a single 243 kilogram fish at Tokyo's Toyosu market in January of 2026. Fact number 2. Sharks are fish, which to my knowledge, before doing any research for this video, I thought sharks were just sharks. And fact number 3. Studies show roughly 386 fish species have been documented ingesting plastic. For our last segment, before we move on to the circle of influence, we have health risks and mitigation, starting off with overboard drowning, bacterial infections from cuts when handling fish, skin cancers as a result of long-term sun exposure, musculoskeletal disorders as a result of repetitive heavy lifting, substance abuse due to chronic pain or stress, and risk of injury due to malfunctioning heavy machinery. As far as mitigation, you should inspect and maintain personal flotation devices in case of overboarding. Utilize hydraulic lifts, cranes, and conveyor belts. Install heavy-duty, slip-resistant mats and standing workstations to reduce spinal compression. Wear personal protective equipment such as UV-blocking sunglasses, wide-brimmed hats, and Kevlar-lined gloves. And strict rotations that ensure every crew member gets at least 6 to 8 hours of sleep. Now that does it for our primary segment. I'm gonna go ahead and give the floor to my co-host. Let him take over for the Circle of Influence. What the business, YouTube? Starting off the Circle of Influence, we have respect. Is this a career or position that brings me respect and dignity? Now, as a fisherman, you are taking on the waters, taking on the seas, and bringing back to shore food for the local populations to purchase and eat. For that reason, the fisherman does score green. Moving on, we have growth. Is this a career or position that presents me with the opportunity to grow from $100,000 earning threshold? Now, for this segment, the fisherman does score yellow, with sources online maxing the fisherman out at somewhere around $200,000 per year. Next, we have gore. Is this a career or position that will have me dealing with an abundance of blood, violent action, grotesque imagery, or scenery? For this segment, the fisherman does score green, as in no, you will not be dealing with any of the mentioned before. And for our last ideological standpoint, we have moral conflict. Is this a career or position that will have me compromise any of my foreseeable morals? Don't lie, don't cheat, don't steal, don't kill. The basic set of guidelines. And for this segment, the fisherman does score green. Moving on to the statistical side of things, we have gender demographics, where men make up 90% of the industry and women make up 10% of the total industry. Next, we have ethnic demographics, where Caucasians make up 71% of the industry, Hispanics make up 8% of the industry, and Native Americans also make up 8% of the industry. And for our last standpoint, we have location demographics, top 10 states, no particular order, starting things off with Florida, followed by Alaska and Michigan, and closing things out with Montana and Texas. Now that does it for the Circle of Influence. I'm gonna go ahead and give the floor back to Florida. I'm back. Just to summarize the fishermen, we all gotta eat, and someone has to go out and get it. The fisherman is a highly respectable career option that provides you with a comfortable amount of room to move around from that $100,000 earning threshold. I'd also like to add that I don't think it's a career option for your average family man. However, you could be trying to avoid the rat bastards. So, what do I know? As far as investing, depending on which pathway that you want to go down, it could either cost you very little or cost you very much. But as with any other career, the more that you put into it, the more that you should see upon return. With that being said, it does look like we have a full episode today. The word of the day is detriment. Self-help resources on the board. As always, I'll leave it down in the description. And to show your support, if you want to see this kind of content more often, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on episode 38.